Hey guys, so I want to talk about a couple of things, and I'll probably ramble just a little bit, and I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, so bear with me, be patient, and I'm sorry if I ramble, and I'm sorry if it's a little long, but if for no other reason than to get all this off of me and just to get it out there and say what I want to say, we're good. So the first thing I want to talk about is, I was raised as a Christian, and I am a Christian, straight up, straight out. I was saved at a very young age. I know this. I had a experience with God at a very early age, and I was saved. I can tell you the place and can take you to the place. I may not. Can't tell you the time or the date. So, and that's something that I believe in. That's part of my core values. I was raised to believe in that. I wholeheartedly believe in that. I believe in the Bible, and that's just a matter of faith to me. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. So it's not that I understand it all, that I know it all, but I believe it. So with that out of the way, there's two other issues there. So as most of y'all know, I'm gay. Okay. So, and we know that the church inexplicably don't necessarily have a positive look on gay people. And for this, I have struggled probably almost all of my life as far as knowing there was something about me. Like, I knew that about me before even I probably knew what it was. And I spent a lot of my young life, I remember, like, trying to understand it, trying to put it in a place, and it probably made me depressed and with a lot of anxiety at a very, very, very young age, because I knew I was saved, and I knew, honestly, and which is probably the third thing that I'm going to talk about a little bit, is that God had pretty much put a calling on my life, and that there was something that He wanted me to do. There were things that I felt that I needed to do for Him, and yet the church looked so negatively on this one thing that even at that point in time, I didn't understand. From a young age, through my teenage years, even through my 20s, I even believed that this was wrong. I ended up marrying, and I was married for 8 years. And, well, obviously that didn't work out. And, I don't blame her. I'm sure she blames me for a lot of it, but that's neither here nor there. So then, as I got older and I realized some things, weren't how can you do all these things and not be true to yourself? So that's one of my big deals, is being true and being honest to myself. So going back, like I said, I was raised in church. I was raised to be a leader in the church. From a young age, I sang. I learned to play the piano. I taught Sunday school. I preached. Yes, I preached. And that's the third thing that I want to talk about. One of the happiest things in my life. Yes, I'm very happy now. I'm very content. I'm in a relationship. Been there 4 years. Things are good there. It's going really great this year. So far, it's going really great right now. So, but the thing is, again, the church looks on homosexuality as being a sin. I disagree with that. I have my beliefs. That's why 2 Timothy 2:15 says, "Study to show yourself approved, a workman who needeth not to be ashamed of the gospel, rightly dividing the word of truth." So, going on, what I was getting at. So I've always had this calling on my life. I've always had this. It's not a need to perform. It's not being the center of attention thing. It's this thing that literally God has put in me, and there's no way of getting around me. Trust me, I've tried almost everything. I've tried the point that, I've had my ministry, and I had a ministry. Yes, I spent 1.5 years among the Sioux Indians in North Dakota. I did some other things. I was trying to minister while I was married. That didn't really work out. I was doing some other things through ministry, and that didn't really work out. For whatever reason, everything I've ever done in ministry, even though I've thoroughly enjoyed it and loved every minute of it, every second of it, has always, something has come along and kind of just threw it apart. So then, here I was in a ministry, and, it was like, how can you minister and have these feelings and blah, 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 this and blah, blah, that. And then I was married because I believed that being gay was a sin, and that I was going to hell, because I was honestly listening to what I'd been taught all my life instead of studying the scriptures and reading them for myself and understanding them for myself. So I got married, and like I said, I spent a year and a half in North Dakota. I got married while I was in North Dakota, and we came back to Tennessee, and altogether, she and I were together 8 years, but like, we had bukus of issues on every hand, and ministry just, it didn't happen. It did not happen. And so when she and I divorced, the easiest thing for me to say was, hey, I can't minister, I can't teach, I can't do anything because I'm divorced. And the Bible speaks about not being a pastor or when you divorced, blah, 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 blah. And I still don't know how all that fits in, how I figure all that out. To be honest, and I'm not pastoring anywhere, so that really doesn't affect me at the moment. But I always just use that, well, now I'm divorced, so I can't do anything. So, or God's got me just quiet for now. And I kind of believe that. I needed to just be quiet and be still for just a little while. So, anyway, going through all that, and I don't know why the ministry never worked out for me. Don't know why things never worked out. Because, like I say, I had a calling on my life. I still have a calling on my life. I still feel the need to do things that God has placed in my life for me to do. And yes, even through all of this, I've done quite a bit of ministering, just one-on-one. But I've never been able to I guess I've never been able to get over my mind, and it's obviously a tactic of Satan to try to keep me from doing those things. So last year was a rough year for me. Not gonna lie. Had a lot of things happen last year. A lot of things just go bad. Just a lot of terrible things. Car caught on fire. Just so many issues. One after another, after another, after another. So, I really did a lot of praying and just a lot of, what am I going to do from here? I'm not happy. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not doing the things that I want to do. I'm not doing what I love to do. So what am I going to do from here? And one of the biggest fears, and I guess it's a fear that Satan put into me, is because I'm gay and because the church is so anti-gay, no one's going to listen to you. And that really affected me. And I was talking to God about it. It was just about, Lord, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? And just some other things. And he kind of put in me some things as you're not doing it for other people. You're doing it for me, for the Lord, obviously, and you're doing it for yourself. If you go preach in a church or teach in a church, you may have a few hundred people there. You may have 5 there. You may have 10 there. I've been to church and had one other person there before besides me. So are those people truly listening to you? Not necessarily. Even if you are the most upright, most straight, most precise man of God in the world, those people still aren't always listening to you. So he kind of showed me that it's just a fear within me. Okay, and that's between me and God. It's just a fear within me, and I'm sure it is, and it's just a reason for me not to do the things that I need to be doing. So he kind of put on my heart last year, and I don't remember exactly when it was, to do videos and to do a YouTube channel and set things up like that. And I just kind of put it on the back burner. Well, Lord, if this is of you, I'm going to put it here. And if it stays there and blah, 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 we will do our best to go forward. Well, it's never left me. This is, like I said, it was at least 5-6 months ago, maybe. And it's still there. And when he brought it back to my remembrance, at the first of this year, I still kind of pushed it aside and said, well, maybe not. Let's just see. But I'm at the point to where I feel like I've got to do it. Regardless, I've got to do it. If I don't do it for anyone besides myself, I have got to do it. So, with that being said, and almost 10 minutes into this video, which I figured would go a lot longer than that, I plan on starting some things and probably posting it on my Facebook page at first, and developing a YouTube channel, which is to come. And I'm thinking about some other things, have some ideas that Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Some other things that I want to try, want to do, want to see where it goes. And if it goes nowhere and I fall flat on my face, well, at least I tried. I've talked to Chris, and Chris is 100% behind me and supportive of whatever I want to do. He's good with it. And we've talked about it extensively. We talked about it last weekend. We've talked about it for probably a good 3-4 weeks now, easily. So, like I say, I'm at the point to where it's let's go ahead with this. And if people decide they want to listen to me, and if people decide they want to hear what I have to say, that's between them and God. If they don't want to hear what I say, that's between them and their God. But I also know that, like, I work retail, so I have a lot of friends who work on Sunday mornings who would love to be able to go to church, but work keeps them from going to church. And if they want to listen, if I can put something out there where they will listen and they will be good with it, and it might help them along the way, then it's worth it. It's worth it if one person clicks on it and hears it. It's worth it. It's worth it to me if absolutely nobody clicks on it, because at least I've done my part in doing what I said. So hang around. Like I say, I'll probably be posting some more stuff on this. Like I said, I've got some things in mind that I want to do, that I want to teach, that I maybe want to try to preach. If the Lord will let me do those kind of things, I'm going to put it to the test, and we're going to put the rubber to the road, and we're going to see where this goes. As far as singing, I obviously don't sing as much as I do. I'm out of practice with playing the piano. I have a channel that I've already got some of that stuff on. We may do some more over here. On wherever I start this new channel. We may not. I don't know yet. I don't know what all I will be doing, but if you want to check it out, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.